Welcome to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Today, let's talk about how to be great. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. My name is Kale Houser, co-founder and CEO of Kale Houser Leadership, along with my amazing wife, Liz Houser. Hopefully, she will be joining us on some future episodes, and we can learn from her amazingness as well. I will say, just as a shout out to my amazing wife, she is pretty incredible. The amount of growth and change and challenges that she has gone through this past year and met these challenges and overcome them and gone through the struggle and the fear and the doubt and the everything that goes along with learning new skills and doing new things to get different results, she has done. She is the epitome of everything I've been trying to talk about and share with you of the journey that you may need to make in order to be an amazing leader. She is stepping into this role of COO, of being my partner in Kale Houser Leadership in a way that I never expected, I never anticipated, and beyond what I could have ever hoped for. So I just want to say, Liz Houser, my amazing wife, you are incredible. I am super blessed to have you a part of my life every single day. And I look forward to this journey. I look forward to all the little wins, the setbacks, the massive wins, and ultimately building this amazing business with you in our life together. So thank you for being my wife. Thank you for being an incredible and continue to crush it. Like, you're doing amazing. Keep going. All right, that being said, for those of you who are not here just to hear me kind of gush over my wife a little bit, we want to talk about how to be great. And if you didn't pick that up, part of how to be great is everything I just described of what my wife is doing. She is dedicated, she's committed, she's doing the hard things, the things that kind of scare her, the things that make her nervous, the things that keep her brain going at night when she's trying to fall asleep. That is how you become great. You do the things that sometimes scare you, but you do them anyway. But on the flip side of that, so those are all activities, or not activities, but those are all things you need to do. The actions you need to take to overcome, the actions you need to take to be successful, the positives. What I want to talk about a little bit today is the flip side of that coin, because as with pretty much everything, there are two sides of this. And there are two sides you need to consider, because it may be awesome that you're running in that direction. You are walking towards that goal. You have your destination in mind. But holy smokes, do you have this chain attached to your waist? Do you have this backpack, this ruck that is just filled with crap? And while yes, you may be slowly, step by step, struggling step, moving in that direction, that is a positive. But man, if you would just drop that backpack of crap, how much faster, how much leaner, how much more efficient, how much more enjoyable would be that scenic hike through the woods if you didn't have a 400-pound 400-pound backpack? How much more enjoyable would you be able to get benefit from the journey and the people around you if you didn't have these blinders on, if you didn't have all this baggage holding you back? Now, this is the negative side of the aspect of the coin. Not in the negative of it's bad for you, but in the negative of what do you need to eliminate? So Liz has been focusing a lot on what she's adding to become great. New skills, talking to people on the phone, messaging, emails, getting out and meeting people. Like, those are all new skills for her that are outside of what the old Liz, the previous version of Liz, was. But now as we gain new skills, we start recognizing the negatives that are holding us back, the negatives that are hindering us, that are slowing us down or keeping us stuck. And that is the next level. That is the next level of leadership. What's interesting is, as a leader, as somebody that is absolutely dedicated to your success, dedicated to your mission, dedicated to your company and building it, you need to kind of make this your mantra, in a sense of, if it doesn't get me to my goal, it is no longer a part of my life. Is that a little brutal? Yes. Is that a little cutthroat? Potentially. Is that a little shallow? No. Are your goals shallow? Are the outcome and the lifestyle that you want shallow? No. And you need to start being so brutally honest with yourself, with your team, with your family, that you're cutthroat about this. If it doesn't get you or move you towards your goals, towards your destination, then it is no longer part of your life. Does going out drinking with your buddies get you towards your goal? Maybe it's time to stop. Does sitting for 5 or 6 or 12 hours on a Sunday afternoon watching 5 football games, or a Saturday and Sunday if you do college and NFL, get you towards your goals? Maybe it's time to cut it out. Does staying at home and never going out to that networking event and never meeting the people, never buying that conference ticket or going to that seminar get you toward your goals? Maybe it's time to cut that behavior out and start doing those things. What's interesting about this, as you go through this process, and I can almost guarantee you right now, for those of you that are listening to this, there is something that is popping into your brain. There is something that you're going, I don't want to give that up. I love my team. I was you. I was that person. I love Seattle Seahawks. That was me. 100% hardcore. I was had the jerseys, had the magnet on the side of the car, had the stickers, had the things, right? And man, I did everything I could to watch that game. All the way. And then of course it spilled into other games. Like, oh, that's an interesting, well, I got to watch the Arizona Cardinals because they're, if they win or lose that game, it's going to impact our playoff chances and blah, 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 blah. Oh, then I got to watch this sports commentary because they're going to talk about the game last night. Like I was that guy. And holy smokes, how much of my life did I waste? What did it get me? Did it at all improve my life? No. Did it provide a little bit of escape and entertainment? Sure. But it became so consuming that was now the priority of my life. Oh my gosh, I got to watch the Seahawks play. I'm not saying that watching football is bad. I would highly encourage you to not. It is not serving you any purpose, especially if you are in your building phase of your life. But I can almost guarantee you there is something that you are thinking of right now that is holding you back. It may be a relationship. It may be a continued relationship that you should have kind of walked away from a long time ago, from people that not only are not good for you, they're like actively holding you back, actively bringing you down. Why would you continue to expose yourself to that? It is time to get brutally honest with yourself. Like, man, my goals are so important to me. My destination of where I want to be next week, next month, next year, 10 years from now is so important to me that I am committed to that. And anything that does not move me towards those goals is no longer a part of my life. But like I said, you will find as you go through this process that the more valuable the thing it is that you're giving up, the more valuable the thing that you will get out of it. Let me say that again. The more valuable the thing that you give up, in the sense of like you're holding on to it, you're precious, right? You pet it and it makes you feel good. You're over here, that pleasure item, but it's not serving you besides giving you that little bit of pleasure or escapism. But the more valuable that is as you give it up, the more valuable you will get something in return, because as your mind changes, as your priorities change and you get super dialed in and aligned with cutting the cancer out, you will find this world of opportunity that opens to you that has no choice but to fill it with things that will actually move you towards your goals, that will actually move you to your destination. As you start laying in your discipline items, you start laying in the things that are all the positives, the additions that move you towards it, the skills you need to gain. But as you cut those ropes, as you cut those chains, boom, you're off to the races, man. And maybe it's time for you to cut those chains. This is how you become great at anything. This is how you become a great leader. Cut the chains holding you back. Cut the fear, cut the anxiety, cut the distraction, Start adding the things in that will propel you. But the easiest thing you can do, if you want to go faster in a boat, is it easier to hit that throttle full forward, or is it easier to raise the anchor? Because no amount of thrust that you add, if you've got some anchor that is pinning you to the ground, it doesn't matter. You can, it's famous in, for fighter jets. You can go full frickin' throttle on a fighter jet, all the thrust of those massive engines. Wow. But if you've got the tie down still attached to the wings, to the ground and the runway, the taxiway, you ain't going nowhere. So it's time to figure out what is tying you to your place. What is holding you back? I'm sorry, I'm kind of pounding because I see this all the time. People are like, oh, I'm doing all the things. Like I'm creating all this stuff and I'm not getting the results. I don't understand it. Like, dude, you are in one of the most toxic relationships known to man and you expect to be successful over here? Raise the anchor, cut the chains, untie the rope, shed off the 50-pound, 400-pound backpack, and see how fast you'll move once you do. And it's not saying it's easy, not saying it's hard. I went through an emotional withdrawal once I decided to give up the Seahawks. But then I kind of realized, like, holy smokes, how amazing can my life be? And how much time did I waste? It's time to not waste it anymore. And you become more aware of those things as you move forward. So I would highly encourage you, be great. Cut the chains, hit the throttle. If we can help you with that, please let us know. KaleHouserLeadership.com to get your PDF of the 10 interview questions you need to start asking today in order to find your amazing people and the right people for your business. Look forward to you joining us. Likes, comments, subscribes, and shares are amazing. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. No matter where you're in the world, have a fantastic afternoon. Be great. Bye.